Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we are checking out the Warning's brand new music video for Ritual. This is the third song to come out from the upcoming album Everything's Falling, which is coming out on August 28th. We're very much looking forward to that one. So far, this has been our favorite song. We've heard the song several times in concert, and we have videos of us reacting to that if you're interested. But this time we're looking at the actual video. And just from the teasers, we know that we're in for something, probably tying back to mythology, perhaps Mexican culture itself. But we will look more into that after we've had a chance to look at the video. So Adrian, you've heard the song, right?
Oh yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah, good stuff for sure. I think it's kind of a progressive rock song, you know, if we're going to kind of label it. All right, why don't we check it out? We'll talk about it afterwards.
Alrighty.
Okay. Wow. Lots of symbolism in there. Song sounds great. Just the studio version. What were your thoughts, Adrian?
I thought it sounded great. Just a lot of the imagery. It was pretty interesting. You know, it's like, I think in the beginning of the video, I was wondering, who are all these people in white? Also, the lighting, they filmed everything, and it kind of makes the whole thing, like the whole thing look like a winter wonderland or
Well, yeah, there were a whole lot of symbols in there. Some of them I actually recognized, and many I did not, but I think maybe we can look into it a little bit. One, that owl that flew out of Danny's chest, that's a barn owl. And barn owls have specific meaning in Mexican culture, deeply symbolic, widely viewed as omens of death, messengers from the underworld, representatives of dark magic. They're heavily tied to witchcraft, it says. They might be shape-shifting witches. They transform at night to perform dark magic, steal children, or cause harm, that sort of a thing. So that's very much kind of a mythological or cultural belief. So ritual, of course, a ritual is very closely connected with myths and mythology. And I think we're seeing a lot of that in there. That was one example. Another was the horse. The burning horse might have something to do with one of the apostles, Judas Iscariot. According to Christianity's 4 canonical gospels, was one of the original 12 apostles of Jesus Christ. He betrayed Jesus, basically a treasonous figure. What else did we see in there? I mean, the song, we'll talk about the actual production, but what else did you see in that video that you had questions about, Adrian? That I have questions
One
about.
thing I thought was interesting was they had these, these things like coming down from the sky, like these white things or whatever. It kind of reminded me of some footage I saw. We recently had a meteor blow up, like over Massachusetts Bay.
Yes.
It kind of looked like those things coming down from the sky.
So here's the thing. Those have been happening throughout human existence. And of course, back when they were writing all the myths or coming up with the myths. So that could very well have to do with a similar type of thing. I mean, you remember things like the sun eclipsing or the moon eclipsing. Those things used to scare people so much. So they would come up with a reasoning for why it happened, and that would be the myth. And then the ritual would kind of be the way to work with the myth, and it would become this habitual thing that was done kind of to appease the gods, because that's about as far as science went back then. And so I found it really interesting, the barn owl and all that. But there was also a shot where at least one of the sisters was up in the sky and I think had a sword and also a blindfold, which kind of reminded me of justice. Now, I don't know if that's what that was supposed to mean. Of course, we had the big stone and all the people, the guy with the white hair. I'm not sure who that figure is supposed to be. If anybody has thoughts, by all means, leave them below for us. We're going to try to completely deconstruct it over time. Maybe I'll do a little bit more over on the other channel too. I don't know. But there were so many things in there. I'm definitely going to have to look at this again and take another close look. I mean, we had the fire burning too.
But I noticed at the end, those shots where like each band member, she's like standing over like a version of herself that's lying down and she's got this dagger.
Yeah, I think it all ties into the same ideas. There were so many things in there. I don't think that we would do it justice unless we actually just took a long time and very carefully went through every little bit. What I'd like to see is some other people discussing this, and maybe they have some ideas already about some of the other symbolism in this video. But there was a lot of cool stuff in there. I'm sure there are Easter eggs and messages and things as well, if we were to really take a good look at it. So for those of you that are super fans, you now have a project. You're going to try to figure out what all of the symbolism is in this video, because I think it's worth a heavy breakdown. If anybody wants to help with that, by all means, give your own thoughts on this video. As for the actual studio track, I think that it was very effective. There were some things in there that I did not realize were in there, including there were some extra snare hits in each verse that Pau was doing. They were a little bit unpronounced.
I think I'm going blind. Oh, I can see the signs. I feel it coming. I feel it coming.
Against the regular beat. But there was stuff in there that I didn't even know was there. I thought it was pretty cool, actually, what she was doing. So there's even more going on than I thought in the song. I thought that the vocals were a little understated. Now, I kind of assumed that that was probably the fact. For a lot of the song, Danny is singing pretty softly. And there are just points, like the pre-chorus, she comes up a bit, and then the chorus, she blasts out a bit. I liked the production on this. This is, of course, Anton DeLoss, the same guy that produced keep me fed. I think that the production that I've heard from the studio tracks so far are better, or maybe not better, but I appreciate them more and I like them more. Like this particular production I thought was great. You know, I think that it shows it off as a fine rock song with progressive elements and still some modern things stuck in there as well. So I thought it was very effective. All right, well, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this, what you thought of the studio track, what you thought of the video. If there's any particular insights you want to add below, by all means do so. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.